Alright, here we are, ready to go again. Zathras and his ridiculous chicken familiar, Egathoa. I don't know that I can name the chicken, can I? Come here, chicken. Apparently I cannot. Okay. Oh, I moved and now I'm being summoned somewhere to talk to someone. The Defender's Hearts greets you with unexpected liveliness. Beyond the walls of the tavern, the once bustling and festive city lies in ruins, but somehow none of that can be felt within the walls. The people in the room are talking, laughing, raising toasts, even softly singing. It doesn't look like the typical tavern revelry, but nor is it the grim vigilance of recent days. Sela waves to you. She's sitting at a table with the trio you met previously. The knight, the half-elf, and the red-headed halfling. Zathras, come! Let me properly introduce you to Ellen, Jaina, and Curl, the fearless warriors of the League of the Inspiring Cart. Oh, the beer cart! from our previous bit. Sela pushes a mug of beer towards you and speaks softly. It was me who convinced Irabeth to use what Jaina, Curl, and Elan found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss has devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food and good company, could help keep the gloom at bay. Sela looks at you hesitant, as if trying to gauge your reaction. Yeah. Chaotic. Have I ever turned down merrymaking and good company? Huh, let's raise our mugs, my friends. I mean, I don't know that making profits is evil, but alright. Wait, I'm not ready for another toast yet. It's not every day I drink with paladins, knights, and sword lords. Hey, are we just going to sit here with grim faces? I say we get to know each other a little better so that we have reasons to toast. Tell me about you and your order, Elan. As stories goes, it's not very entertaining. I was born far to the south in Andoran. I lost my parents early, led a life of simple mercenary, but often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills, I enjoy training and drills, and I'm not afraid of battle, but risking my life for coin takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wondered if it was worth it. So in the end, I decided to choose another path. Now, if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it'll be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendev and became a squire for the Houndhearts. It's a small order. By tradition, it has never had more than 12 members, and a new member is only knighted after an elder dies. We patrol the lands along the Wardstone line and provide aid to travelers and settlers. Unfortunately, death is common among the Houndhearts. I became a full knight 2 years ago after laying my mentor to rest, but I'm content with my choice. My place is among the Crusaders. I've been serving the Eagle Watch for long, Jaina. I signed up 4 days before the demon attack. Am I lucky or what? I'm an apprentice of a famous fencing master from Mivon, and I learned a thing or two from him, believe me. I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in the petty squabbles of the bickering river kingdoms. I wanted a proper challenge, and you can't find a better place than in Mendev. And what do you know? The moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. My father would say that that's no accident. Fate brought me here. What about you, Curl? I did just what everybody was doing. I grew up in the slums, where everyone stole a little or maybe smuggled, or guarded stashes. So, I never killed anybody. I never did anything really bad. I just got caught stealing. He got caught stealing once when he was 5. Okay, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good a fighter, but as Nogorber is my witness, a thief can also be useful in war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster, but I don't know where my friends are now. We got separated when the demons rampaged through the city. Chin up, friend. Whatever you were in the past, you're our friend now and a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us, you'll see. How do all of you know Sela? I met my noble sister on the road to Canabras. I was returning from the south from my fiancé and was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Iomade. We said our farewells at the city gates and I went north, along the road to Dresden, to my order's camp. The demons attacked us there at the same time they struck Canabras, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city's aid and joined the forces with the Eagle Watch. All my fellow Houndhearts were wounded during the battle on the streets. I am the last knight of my order who can still fight. It's so good to see Sela again. Every loyal heart counts these days. I met Sela at a tavern in Canabras. Before the attack, of course. She was one of the few who would sit at a table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us, but Sela is different. I knew it the moment we saw her. That's what made me notice Sela too. Yeah, they're all talking up the iconic. They're required to by contract. Mendev is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here for glory, redemption, or to help those in trouble. And they always find each other. It might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people and friends. That was a toast, in case you didn't notice. So, I mean, they know I'm a necromancer. From Geb, a Gebian necromancer, who's, like, eyeing up Lichdom. Yes, you seem good and trustworthy. So did you call me over? Is there something wrong? I didn't want to talk about today's celebration. You see, Elon is in trouble. I want to help him, and I don't know anyone else in the city I can turn to. Fellow knights were all wounded in battle. Bad idea, sister, I told you. I don't want to bother anyone else with my problems. I need to handle them on my own. Oh, come on. Hiding your sadness from your friends is no way to live. Curl is right. Zathras helped me find you. Without his help, I'd still be looking for you all over Canabras. So, Elin, come on. Stop being so stubborn. Tell me more. In all truth, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. A paladin of Iomedae and her friends certainly have more important things to do, especially now that Canabras has been overrun with demons. If I've learned anything in life, that there's nothing minor about good and evil. Yeah. About that. Come, Agathoa, we must go. Take the three of you, for example. It seems like all you did was save one card for some lesser demons, but look at how many people are happy now. That feat will never be sung of in songs, but who knows? Maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and rest, the defenders of Canabras will find the strength to protect the city. I talk too much, don't I? Well, Sir Elin, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy war of Iomedae won't suffer if it's more of a minor adventure than a glorious feat. All right, I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than just a purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary and came to Mendev, I gained something else I never expected. It's here that I met. May all the ladies here forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her heart for a bungler like me, but I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the demon lord Discari and all of his demon army can stand in the way. Luckily, my beloved is now safely away from Canabras. For half a year, I've been getting up my courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from Derek Sunhammer, the best jeweler in Mendev. Independent knightly orders live mostly off donations, and I'm not what you would call rich. But I still wanted to make Kiana happy. Oh, it took me 3 months to find a jewel of the same shade as her eyes, and twice that long to scrape up enough money. Master Derek's work has been worth it, but I lost the ring during the demon attack, and I'll probably never find a replacement. The ring is most likely still at Houndheart's camp outside the city. Elin and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First the demons ambushed them, and then they rushed off to help Canabras. I think we should at least go there and check. Not right now, of course, but once the situation in the city is under control. What could we run into at this camp? My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking the camp and then rode straight to the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. There's only a few imps, but they still might be at the camp. Of course, that was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time as the Wardstone in the main square, and I haven't been back since. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess I can help. Whatever. Thanks for agreeing to help. Yeah, right. Sure. Any chance for more XP, I guess? Alright. Let me sell some junk. Let me keep the full plate for half a second. Just to make sure that Sela can't wear it. Sela is currently wearing +1 half plate, which compared to the full plate, the full plate is better. Or AC should go up by 1. Yep, to 26. There we go. Yeah, because of the max dex, right? So one of the things you got to pay attention to in this game is when you're putting armor on characters, make sure to check the max dex. Because if the character has some dex and Sela has +1, you want to make sure that you're wearing armor that can take advantage of that. So both those armors provided a +9, but the non-magical plate has a max dex of +1, so my total AC went up 1 to 26. Higher I can get on her armor, the better. Okay. All right. So cold iron mace, huh? Cold iron short spear, +1 throwing axe. One of those. Don't need both. I'm going to keep the armor of focus for now, just because it might be good. What am I doing on potions? I should buy some more. Alright, let me go drop off some stuff. Alright. Drop off some ingredients that are not food. I mean, the eyeball's food, just not to me just yet. Yeah, so, I mean, I haven't managed to pick up Scribe Scroll or anything yet. I definitely want it, I just haven't gotten a chance to get it. Yeah, hopefully I can get another level on my Hex Channeler here sometime soon. Now the question is, do I do some resting? Where's the storyteller? I should probably talk to him. There he is. Hanging out right outside my room. That's not creepy at all. The blind elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. Well, that's fair, because he was in the middle of a burning pyre, so... His clothes are clean and his pale face has some color. The elf turns to you and listens closely. Is that you, my savior? I recognize your footsteps. Determined footsteps befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you again for saving me. Please accept this humble gift and token of my appreciation. Storyteller's ring. Okay, cool. Irabeth has explained why you were looking for me. I warned the authorities of Canabros that the local wardstone had been desecrated. They waved off my warning and paid for their inaction. They have examined many wardstones, but only the one guarding Canabras did I sense a flaw. A spot of corruption inside, a vulnerability the demons would surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside the wardstone, corrupt it, and make it their weapon. It frightens me to think what they are capable of. The wardstone must be destroyed. Well, that's bad. Who are you and why did they let you examine the wardstone? I am the storyteller, just an old elf, and a bit more. I'm the NPC that... I am DM exposition vehicle number 1. I am old even for an elf. I've seen many things and been to many places. Not so long ago I witnessed the making of a young kingdom in the Stolen Lands, led by a remarkable and promising individual. Yes, it's good old Baron King Falcon Ptolemyr. My advice on the complicated matter of conquering those lands proved useful to that leader. This is not uncommon for me. Some seek my advice or services, and I don't refuse. This is how I acquired my reputation as an old vagrant who never hurt anyone, stayed out of others' squabbles, but sometimes gave good advice. I had a few friends in Nerosian who vouched for my integrity. This is why my humble request to be allowed to see the wardstone was granted. I visited all of them, but only found cause for alarm in Canabras. Are you magic? Are you a magic elf? Yes, to a certain extent, but it's more of a gift. I can see the past, stories that have happened. I touch an object, and shreds of its owner's memories are revealed to my mind. Their emotions, passions, tragedies. I see visions like I am them, and their stories happen to me. This is my power. I've been roaming all over the world, gathering such stories for many thousands of years. One day I will gather them all. It's kind of interesting. This character is actually really useful from a meta perspective, from the game building, right? So in a tabletop RPG, you're going to have situations where you want to give the players some backstory and history about a thing, and sometimes you just dump it on them. You give them a cheap lore check, and then you just blah history at them. This character is a real meta character that allows the kind of game to have some exposition about things that you wouldn't normally get exposition about. So that's kind of fun. What blight is concealed in the wardstone? I'm afraid I don't have an answer to your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the wardstone was created, and it is hidden from me. I can only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered with fear by even those not yet born at the time. The demoness called Minago, yeah, I met her, invaded the city with a crowd of her followers. Started to do what demons do best, kill and desecrate. They say they covered the wardstone with pieces of dead bodies, splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of a gift of Iomedae herself? The locals think this is impossible, but who knows? It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders brought their unholy forces here, even the terrifying Baylor Horamzadeh. Their attacks were rebuffed, but they reached their target. I think this is when the seed of corruption was planted in the stone. It wouldn't have grown on its own, but Daskari himself has now come to take advantage of this weakness, to open the abscess that has been festering for years, unnoticed by the people of Canabras. And when the demon lord struck the blow and the weakened stone gave in, now it's in demon hands. Nothing is stopping them from spreading the blight across the entire stone, and from it to the other stones along the entire perimeter of the world room. Why'd you travel to the wardstones? I tried to see their stories. Visions I had when I touched the wardstones were unclear. I saw hundreds, maybe thousands of different stories at the same time. They followed each other like flashes of lightning. It was impossible to separate them. I couldn't understand where one of them ended and the next began. I have heard you, storyteller. In that case, you must take every possible effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the wardstone. As far as I know, there is nothing like it in Canabras, but the demons might have something. Demons do have a real cheap way of it's like, we need to corrupt this thing covered in corpses. Just, I don't know, get a bucket of blood. That'll fix it. Like, demon brainstorming sessions must be a lot of fun. I don't know, blood? Let's go with blood. Splash blood on it. I found a page that might be of interest to you. Storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them, following their lines. I see myself, young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my lost past? Finally, I will be able to... Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. Oh, that was the page of Elven notes I had. Cool. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Zathras, and please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. What? Okay. They are leaving. The people of Kyonin faced the coming Earthfall and admitted they were incapable of handling the disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate in Solvirian, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. Okay! That's a huge, huge lore dump here. Okay. So, Kyonin and the Elves of Kyonin, Kyonin being the big nation of elves in the world of Galarian. When Earthfall came, Earthfall is this devastating event that happened thousands of years ago. Like 5,000 years ago, just about. This giant meteor hit Galarian, and when it did, it covered the entire world in darkness. This set a gigantic chain of events in motion that kind of defined the entire campaign. Our entire setting started with this one event. So the Aboleths were sick of the Aslant BS and called down a meteor from space and dropped it on Galarian. The elves saw this coming and were like, we gotta go. So they went through a gate and traveled to another world. They literally just left Galarian behind. Galarian got trashed. And what happened after is a huge catastrophe. So, the world is covered in darkness for many, many, many years. During this, the dwarves, who are deep, deep underground, have this vision called the Quest for Sky, and they start going up from the deepest levels of the Darklands. And above them are the orcs, though, so they drive the orcs onto the surface of Galarian, who don't have a problem because it's dark. And then the dwarves come up after them, and they're thriving because it's dark. And everyone's fighting on the surface of Galarian in the middle of what is basically a fantasy apocalypse. Sometime after this, Eredin, one of the last of the Aslanti, who were destroyed by Earthfall, he's one of the last. And he goes and finds the rock that the Aboleth called down from space and pulls it up from the bottom of the newly created ocean. And in doing so, he attains divinity. He is the first one to touch the Starstone. He forms an entire island around this thing, and that island becomes the island that's in the middle of the Inner Sea. That island is where the city of Absalom is founded, around this rock. So, the rock is in the middle of the city. Anyone who touches the rock goes on kind of a spirit quest, and those who survive, and that's very, very few, come out as a god. They built a giant temple around it that is filled with deadly traps to prevent anyone from just getting to it. All of this happened thousands of years ago. The storyteller here was there. He was one of the elves that decided not to go with. Now, the elves that didn't go with, some of them went deep underground and lost all of their pigment and became wicked and evil, and they're what we call drow. Not all of them did, but some did. Apparently, the storyteller did not. So, there you go. There's your giant lore dump. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of the Silverian stone close, separating me from them. So, he stays behind, which means he's about to face the apocalypse. Hang out, I don't know, sit in a tower, sip some tea, and watch the end of the world come. It's real bad. I helped shape some of that story, by the way, in my time, right? In the early days of Pathfinder, we all wrote bits and pieces as we were pulling together the lore of the world. This is part of the story that I helped craft, and I had some parts of it. Most of my parts come a little later, dealing with Eridan and the Starstone, and some of the ramifications later down the road. But, you know, we were all there brainstorming away some of this stuff. A lot of this stuff was written by Eric. He had a lot to do with this origin story. So, lots of fun stuff. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds, in case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovirian. That will never happen. My mouth is set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They value their lives in sunshine too much to enter a fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Yep, this is also the thing that destroyed Thassalon, which caused all the Rune Lords, who also saw it coming, to go into hiding, right? So the Rune Lords all went into hiding, and when one of them came out of stasis, that was the start of our entire setting, our entire adventure pass. That was Rise of the Rune Lords. So all of this is tied together. Your mentor is a mage? Then you must be too, yes? Yes, I am an archmage, and this title is well deserved. Wow, humble! I have acquired a delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic, but curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is the Sovirian Stone? I mean, I already know. Magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an elf. Yeah. Sends you to other worlds. Yeah, great. Okay. Why are you angry at them? I mean, they only fled and left the world to die. I spent hundreds of years in Kainan being the large elf nation, which is to the south of where we are right now. We're kind of up in the far north of Avestan, Kainan is to the south on the shores of Lake Incarthan. I wrote a lot of the nations around Lake Incarthan, not Kainan though. That one was James Jacobson. I wrote Razmaran. And Nirmathas and Multhun and a lot of the Whispering Tyrant stuff, Isle of Terror, that kind of stuff. I've always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home, but the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them, and I love Golarion, all of its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled wildly, and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels, but they weren't interested. They only cared about Kainan. Their lack of desire to hear about a wider world makes me angry and sad. But what happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kainan, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble, and the air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world. And then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up into the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little, I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick. Smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice fills the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall, proudly like the last Archmage of Kainan should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No. That will never happen. I am still alive, and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness. Not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one archmage, powerful and weak all at the same time. What's Earthfall? It's the thing I just talked about. Yes, yes. The air cools, the world gets cold, it's dark for 1,000 years. It's the Age of Darkness. Yep. What was this tower you mentioned? It is my retreat in the north of Kynan, my home far away from home, my observatory. From its top, I watched the stars, and when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here, in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower atop it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the Lake of Mists and Veils to the east. That's how high it was. So what are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments. He calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story is much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It is not so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago and not remember them. It's like I split, became both storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past. And we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot. Oh, this is just... You want to hear the whole thing again? I asked him if he wanted any help. I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in Canabras there's a manuscript authored by an elf from Kynan who witnessed Earthfall. For personal reasons, I would like to examine it, but no matter how hard I tried, I have failed to find it. Even in the Blackwing Library, I only found mention that the manuscript exists, and it is held somewhere in the city. I assume it's stored in the Grey Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archive when I visited. All those Crusaders were nervous about a strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The Crusaders naturally made them a little paranoid, but now the Grey Garrison has fallen into the enemy hands. I would be grateful if I could see the manuscript. Okay. So we've been doing a lot of talking. I feel like it's time to go do some adventuring. There's so much more stuff for us to do. Boy. How are we doing? Is everyone rested? I don't really honestly know. How is everyone holding up? I should probably get in a rest before I leave. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, it is weird that he wants to read a book considering he's blind, but you know, the storyteller can just touch things and understand things about them, so that's fine. All right. Come on. My companions are bantering. All right. Did I just sleep for 22 hours? Why did we sleep for 22? Sometimes I don't know about this game. Sometimes it makes you sleep to get rid of conditions and stuff. I don't know. Okay, so let me take a look at my current quest list. We've got a lot. I feel like we've done that one. Boy. Okay, gather more allies, sure. Okay, that one's done. Holy Creek. Talk to Forn. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've done a couple things here. We've got a few things that are on timers. We got to go take care of that. All right. Well, let's go to the map and see what we can see. We'll keep with this crew for now. All right. Well, here we are. Axian Wine Cellar. There's the Grey Garrison. There's the Tower of Estrad that we still need to do. Yeah, right. So we've got a lot of quests. Some of these are really hard to get to. Nothing over here in the far west of the city. Nothing up there. I don't think there's anything up here. There's the Thiefling quest. We could always go do that. That one's right nearby. Yeah, I feel like we should maybe go do the Thiefling quest. Let's do that. Cross through broken territory. Alright, here we are. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look around in here. Do the Thiefling quest. Get this all sorted out. Deal with the Thieflings. Go ahead and give a save.
Time's not waiting.
That's fine. Well, there certainly is a lot of characters here. A whole bunch down here. Oh, look at that. Look at them all. What are they up to?
I'll go ahead.
Sister Charisme. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separated from the rest. A tall woman, who'd been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of a knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear Sister Charisme. Just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I was still in shackles, and then I was being watched. And then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd be waiting for me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up right away. She knew we'd be there. Someone betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. You think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you along so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who manages to come out smelling roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. So, Woljif has just been selling out every crew he's a part of. Kennebrus is burning. What are you doing squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charismate got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif jerks his head towards the 5 Thieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up and she says we've got a score. Ancient trees and wonders. The one place no one's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession. Along with the tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us were hanging about the shop, that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. It's all true so far, go on. We did everything right, with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on the lookout. Brother Melrune had the scroll. Doffy, Tavi, and Varnier brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remembered scooping up rings and tossed them in the sack, and one, right expensive one, rolled away from me. I crawled under the table after it, and next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth, and to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. I'm gonna wager this is the missing ring, as well. So they caught you, poor thing. Stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Where's the moon of the abyss, Brother Woljif? What's the moon of the abyss? It's an amulet. I used it to sit. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancient Trees and Wonder. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon. You know, a crescent. A waning moon. And in the middle, there was a crescent waning moon. Okay. In the middle, there was a dark crystal like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philomen was so proud of that amulet, he used to say I'd never sell it. It's the jewel of my collection. I used to go there and see what kinds of treasure there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Kennebrus. People used to claim that it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have guards on you a second if you tried to fence it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancient Trees and Wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. You think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free with your fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. Doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a curious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellin can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The moon of the abyss is a pretty bauble to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. I don't know. How much money are we talking? How valuable is this amulet? You know Irabeth's people would protect you. You know you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, no one's returned the amulet. Are you giving Irabeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? You think she'd take a cut of anything I offered? She can't be bought. She's like 3 Heralds of Iomedae all rolled into one. It speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who take bribes, I'm sorry to say, but Irabeth Tirabade isn't one of them. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole sorry story. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the moon of the abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. You'll get nicked. Pretty to look at to be sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charismate, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by his horns, just so's you don't end up at the bottom of the Cellin. But you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology. Right here in front of everyone else. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everyone hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day, you'll be tired of running, you'll stop to catch your breath, and that's where we'll get you. Got that? Got away with words, sister, in a way that almost made me wet myself, but away nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Erebeth. She knows a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Yeah, right. We'll go find the real traitor, sure. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor and be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Yeah, right. Is there anything else in here I can steal before we go? You know. Never mind me. Just gonna borrow some of that. And that. And that. I'm evil. What did you expect? Of course I'm gonna rob everybody on the way out. I learned it from watching you. So, one thing I did want to do, though, is I think those magic items, that's going to come really in handy for my favorite... What I got that's really trickery here. It's got to go to Camellia, right? There we go. +1 to thievery. Hooray. Gets her up to what? 17. Fantastic. Alright. Alright, so we need to deduce the traitor's identity, but we need to go back. Okay. We need to go back to Defender's Heart. Again. Yeah, I have no reason to give those to my character. I'm, you know, hex-channeling witch. I don't got thievery. I will steal, but I don't got anything. Oh, hey, everybody's just hanging out outside now. How are all of you doing? Oh, I know what I should do.
I know the way.
So, I need to talk to Erebeth. Well, let's talk to her. I also need to find Norn? Erebeth, thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canabras, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Iomade forgive my words. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the way good people seem to perish, while the not-so-good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. She's probably talking about me, to be honest. Even so, the Count did offer me his aid. He can't be all that bad. Yes, that's not like him at all. Joining the Crusaders is a tradition among Mendevian nobles, but Darren Erande was never too keen on fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. Not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure, surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores, too. There was a hero of the First Crusade, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. At the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to a younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. Oh, he's a monster. I like him. And of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade-in-arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It was a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish over the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. And that's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival, do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague at Arande's estate. Sure, what's up with Heaven's Edge? I don't know all the details. It happened a while ago, back when I was a mercenary. It had nothing to do with Canabras. I only know that there was a grand feast in the honor of Darren's birthday, and all of his relatives were invited with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease someone had unleashed on the estate, including the servants, the guards, and a number of clerics and paladins. The young Count survived, because of his healing ability, I suppose. Darren does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leaves much to be desired. Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? Could be some family matter. Count is Her Majesty's cousin twice removed or something like that, but I think he simply enjoys infuriating people. For Crusaders and Iomede's servants especially. I found Jane Eldori like he asked me to. Yes, thank you. It's good to have her back. I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. Speaking of which, it's a vacation day. I'm gonna open up a beer and enjoy it while I play. There's a trader I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the Thieflings? Irabeth arches her brows in surprise. Canabras is threatened by a demonic horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. Cheers! I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me a note, and disappeared. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the horns, the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancientries and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Andvirori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you can get lucky with the golem. Okay, cool. Alright, so... so that's good. Took care of that. I'm gonna head down into the basement. I wonder if the guard's down in the basement. Might be where he is. Oh, I was able to open up the prison cell. Okay. Or... I have no idea. I found weird things I could interact with. Huh. Well... Sorry, I'm just trying to look for a character, and I could have sworn... that it was asking me to go talk to somebody as part of one of my quests, but I couldn't. I can't seem to find the person here on this map. So, oh well. We'll keep moving. Yeah, see, it's asking me, oh, to talk to Forn, not Norn, Forn. I couldn't find Forn in there, but maybe that's not someone who's there, but someone who's somewhere else. Hard to say. Well, I suppose we're already doing the Thiefling quest, so we might as well stay on that for now. Random encounter fight. Excellent.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
This will hurt.
Goodbye. I like how I travel with just a menagerie. Is the cat chasing the chicken?
Follow my lead.
Really just one demon? Is that the whole encounter? The Ancient Trees and Wonders Shop. Let's do this.
No mistakes.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor on myself, just in case.
As it should be.
Roll of Blessed Weapon. Broken Polished Shelf.
What's that there?
A demonic heart! We'll just put that in the bag! Finian the Talking Weapon. Oh no. Oh my god, I found an intelligent weapon. Oh no. Phew, free at last. I thought it'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's up with all the hubbub in the city? My name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. Is there anything I can do to help? I will. Oh god, you're a Pathfinder? That's right. Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my task leads me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras waiting until I'm needed again. Bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes better lodging than some inn. What I meant is, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kellids of the Star Eye clan fled the World-Worn Troubles when the World-Worn Troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. You're a phantom blade? Or do you mean to ask me about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a whole sword and poke with a spear. But what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me phantom blades. What's a phantom blade? Like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that there's some spirit took a liking to me at some point. It can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, huh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up any space either, although to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirit that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles and leave few survivors. The city is under attack by demons. Wait, what? Last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came. Everyone was running around. After that, it was a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped a cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. There are demons in Canabras. We must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me along with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier. How did you end up in this shop? Gah, I've been here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. Okay, so intelligent items are a hoot. I never expected to find one in this game, so this should be fun. I'm definitely taking it with. That's... Yes, alright, I'll take you with. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword? A spear? A bow? Just say the word. Okay. Alright. So there's a talking weapon that I can change forms. Alright, so he can be the weapon for anyone. I don't know where I got a severed head from, but I have a severed head. I don't remember picking up a severed head, but I have one. So, there's that. It's fine. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, +1 saving throw against fire, huh? All right.
Someone else would make better use of this.
Oh, it's because I already have a +1 luck bonus against fire. We got that. We got the bag. We got that. We got that. Ah, there he is. Well, I feel like someone should be using him, right? Woljif, use this sentient dagger. There we go.
That is not far.
Hey, loot. Pipe fox? What? A pipe fox? Oh, hold on. Pipe foxes are adorable.
I heed the voice
They really
of
are.
the spirits.
Look at that. Look at the snake fox. Go, snake fox. Go! Go, go, go! How many familiars can I have? Can I eventually crash my system with too many characters? We'll find out! Go ahead and loot this. Counterfeit Derek Sunmull's jewelry. Okay, sure. Alright, I think it feels an awful lot like everything, so time to talk to the ruined construct. The formerly well-appointed shop now looks in a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to the scorched wall are the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master, code word. Hand of Aurori. Correct. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was crafted by Galfrin and Son, address 3rd building on the right, Jewelers Alley, Nerosian, Mendev model GF04ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced for all inquiries. Contact Mr. Galfrin. Tell me about the suspicious people in the shop last week? 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old, gnome, male, old, human, female. You'll be reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask a different way. Were there any suspicious people with the Tieflings? Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Well, describe Tiefling male, young male, Tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, short horns, curling black, medium length tail, eye color yellow, hair color black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hail, tail, that sounds like me, but it's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. See, there can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling, male. It's a robot voice. I'm just going with a robot voice here. Medium height, long horns, medium tail length, eye color, pale blue, skin color, dark, special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our trader. I bet your life on it. Charisma drilled it into our heads that we wasn't to go on hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple gingers, and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for our special observations. Golems ain't all they cracked up to be, huh? Maybe its masters knows much more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female, above average height, hair, long, pale, tail, not observed, long horns, eye color blue, special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. Oh, I don't know that one. New arrival, most likely. Gold stitching, huh? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Where's your master? Fullyman's Frulatros, my master is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of hiding places prohibited. 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 Where's the basement of this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Alright. We're just gonna scoot you to the side. That's okay, right?
Punish me, for I failed. Have I pleased you?
Alright. Let me do it. Let me do a save. Time to hit the basement. I've got a chicken, a cat, a pipe fox, and a raven. I'm a zoo. I'm a traveling zoo. Some lich I am. I look more like a druid.
I am helpful, am I not?
The elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of the basement, shaking. Marauders! Bandits! Scavengers! Shut up or you'll pay for your insults with your life. Eagle Watch, you're probably caught up with the bandits by now, and you won't get off lightly either, you can be sure of that. You, Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. My name is Philemon Fruliatros. Fruliatros? truly atrocious. We'll go with that. I was the owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. Bit ransacked maybe, but nothing a bit of spit polish can't fix. Were you there the night of the robbery? You think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The Watch was very keen on getting their hands on those Thieflings, and they seemed to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said. I've been stuck in this basement ever since. Gollum wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the Tieflings who have visited Ancient Trees and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. Now let's intimidate him. Start talking or else. Failed. Or else what? The worst's already happened. This whole city picked over my shop, feels like. I'm ruined, but go ahead, kill me before my creditors come knocking. Alright, I'm helping the Eagle Watch. Why don't you just tell me everything? So they haven't gotten the Thieflings. I thought the cities were finest around the job and they'd... you can't rely on anyone. Ask your questions then if it's important. Tell me about Woljif. Woljif Jeffto, right? Yeah, I've known him for a long time, though I'd rather not have known him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the Moon of the Abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. He was with the gang that robbed my shop. I bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all. That's the one who got the moon. I want to see it return too. Get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Red-haired tiefling? A red-haired tiefling. I suppose, yeah, there was one who came in. Spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an ASMR-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing. That put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing. That's all I have. Tell me about the Tiefling woman. Tiefling woman, ah yes, I remember her. Noble lady. Unlike the Tiefling ruffians we have around here, she purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all the Tieflings like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah. Interesting. So... there was a bit of text in there that I kind of skipped here. Let me just make sure. There was a bit in here. That's it. But that description will surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief. Back to Sister Kara's man. We'll go have a good long shifty with all my brothers and put all the clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wiggle out of this one. Okay. Okay. So... that pipe fox is a delight. Look at it go. It's got places to be. Slithering along. Alright, so back to the Thiefling hideout? I think that's the right call. I should have been able to keep my mage armor. Yeah. So it's Melrune. Melrune's the traitor. There he is. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the abyss that they stole? I don't need anything else. Let me take a good look at the suspects. Hold on here. Let me just make sure I know what I'm doing. So... Red-haired tiefling who wears a green cloak is the traitor. Alright, so... So yeah, it's Melrune. Okay. I met some tieflings from your gang. One of them got trapped trying to get into an underground passage. And what? We all made a pact. Everyone's for themselves. We'll meet up at the arranged time and place. If they were dumb enough to crawl into some hole in the ground, that's their lookout. I'm not their nanny. Right. Alright. I'm ready to give a name. Traitor is Melrune. Let's all go over here. You'll pay for this. Botiel and Hasmara will get you in the end. Hepzimira. Nope. Well, there we go. Take him away for questioning. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the Moon of the Abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebeth so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked, and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You've got the Moon of the Abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place? The sooner the better. The city's dying, and I don't want to die with it. The city would have died already if not for the people who stood up to defend it with the weapons of their hands. What are you going to do to the traitor? He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on their farm. To think about what he did. Any more questions? I've never been to a farm. I imagine it's really pretty. Fields and apple trees and chickens? Yeah, sure. Chickens. I gotta go. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around here long either. Sister, you forgot something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me loudly in front of everyone else. We're all alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? Ah, that. So sorry. I'm so sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. That was a pathetic apology. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Woljif. Let's part on good terms. And now apologize to me as well. Don't push it. Good luck to the both of you. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you got a spare minute, come to see me. I've something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting around below ground when the building above me is ready to crash down on our heads. Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't ask to join the family. I'm not a tiefling. That's not my place. Hey.
What do we have here? I hope you appreciate this.
I mean, make no mistake, I'm gonna loot the place before I go. All right. There we go. We have completed the Thiefling side quest, at least for now. Time to head back to our place of rest. We'll go ahead and enter the location. I've got an idea. What I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to select all. There we go. That allowed me to pick up all the junk here that I can now sell. So there we are. Always good to get some of those personal quests out of the way. That is a good chunk of that story. So we will call it right there and pick it up from here next time.